Sri Lanka, I feel they are a team running with confidence of obviously Asia Cup winners, and
We have seen the opponents for both the teams in the fixtures, Deepu, but how important is it to start the campaign with a W on your name?
in women's game, I think the toss evens it out a bit. So I feel I'll rather bat first.
Okay. It's match number 2, Pakistan versus Sri Lanka moment at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Deepu, opening day. Whom are you going towards? Is it Sri Lanka or is it Pakistan?
I go with 70-30 in favor of.
It's time for the T20 World Cup 2024 for the women's now. And I have Deepu with me. Deepu, welcome to the show. Double header when it comes to the Women's World Cup. But our focus is on the second game, the evening game at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Sri Lanka versus Pakistan. Two Asian sides who have not won the World Cup so far, the T20 World Cup, I must tell you. So, Deepu, what's your thought on the opening game between Sri Lanka and Pakistan at Sharjah?
I think it's an exciting game to start the tournament and something which the tournament need. And anyway, we being Asians, we know that Asian teams are have a better chance to actually start a tournament than the world teams in terms of the hype and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a really big game. Sri Lanka Pakistan, another big rivalry if we talk about Asian cricket. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Very excited for that as well. Fair enough. But when we talk about the head-to-head between these two teams at the shortest format of the game, Deepu, 11 matches have been played. 5 times have been won by Sri Lanka, while 6 times have been won by Pakistan. Can Sri Lanka manage it to even Stevens now in this encounter?
I think they have a great chance, and I think it's a great rivalry. To be honest, nothing much separates them. 6-5 is a great margin, to be honest, for both teams. So yeah, Sri Lanka has a better opportunity given that they had a great Asia Cup. I think they beat Pakistan as well in the
Mhm.
semi-finals, if I'm not wrong. So yeah,
Yes.
I feel the momentum is with the Chamaria Tabatu and the troops. So I think they'll be able to manage trounce Pakistan.
Absolutely. The momentum is there with Chamari Atapattu and her troops, but our focus now shifts to the fixtures of two teams because Dibu, remember we have said Group A is a group of death, and
Yep.
there are 5 quality sides out here. So the opponents for Pakistan for in this group are going to be starting with Sri Lanka today. Then on the 6th of October, they face the mighty Indians. Then they move on to Australia and then they move on to New Zealand, 11th and 14th October at Dubai. So this is the only game for Pakistan at Sharjah. The remaining 3 is at Dubai. Which conditions do you think will favor them, to be honest, if we look into the squad of the Pakistan side?
I think it will more favor them in Sharjah, to be honest, because the spinners that they have and their batters mostly, they like to nurtle it around. They are not those big hitters. Apart from Nidadar, I think in the lower order. So I feel Sharjah will suit them much because
Mhm.
Sharjah is a relayed surface now. If the ball
Yeah,
turns from the very first over itself, and
absolutely.
it's a relayed surface, new look, and obviously not that the surface which we used to see in the IPL 2020. So I think Sharjah will
Correct.
better suit their team instead of Dubai. Yeah,
Pakistan will be more suited to Sharjah rather than Dubai because they have 3 games at Dubai, I must tell you, and 3 big guns, to be honest. But talking about their opponents, which is Sri Lanka, and their teams, starting with Pakistan tomorrow, as I said, then they face Australia on the 5th at Sharjah, then they move on to India on the 9th of October at Dubai International Stadium, and they come back again at Sharjah to face New Zealand on the 12th. So 3 games for at Sharjah for Sri Lanka. Thoughts on this one?
Sri Lanka, I feel they are a team running with confidence of obviously Asia Cup winners, and just before the T20 World Cup winning an Asia Cup, which is close to a T20 World Cup as well because Asian team
Absolutely.
it's a World Cup for the Asian teams as well. So I think that's another big competition, and if you manage to win that one, so I think the momentum is on their side. So I hopefully they continue it and give us a tough fight, give a tough fight in this group.
We have seen the opponents for both the teams in the fixtures, Deepu, but how important is it to start the campaign with a W on your name?
It's very important to be honest. In 50 overs, you get that time being the league stage. If you
Yeah,
lose one, you obviously get that time to come back in. Whereas in this one, it's a fast-paced game, and if you don't get a W in the first game itself, you're already lagging behind. And this being a
Absolutely.
group, and this being a group of death, so it becomes even more important for these two teams to actually get off the mark pretty soon.
Absolutely. That's what I wanted to hear as well. And thank you so much, Deepu, for that. It's very important to get the first win in your bag in your first encounter. You're either ahead, you're lagging behind, you're trailing in the encounter, to be honest, in the tournament. But pitch report for the Sharjah International Cricket Stadium. Deepu has already said about what it does, what it turns out to be. Really, its surface, ball is spinning from ball one. It's ranked turners now. 28 matches have been played here. 10 times by the team batting first, 18 times by the team chasing. It's an evening game, Deepu. So if you're given the captain's hat, what are you going to do?
Uh, with a lot of things come into this because we don't know whether Dew will come or not. If there is some part of Dew, the captains will most likely there to be fair. They look to field first, but in women's game, I think the toss evens it out a bit. So I feel I'll rather bat first,
Okay.
put a decent total
Yeah.
about 140 on board, and then ask the opposition to chase it.
Okay, so that's where becomes very interesting in women's cricket. Anything around 120 to 140 or 150, I think it's an above par total to defend.
Yeah.
And two quality sides, so both the teams will have quality bowling, quality batting into the side. So I think that's where you will have a lot of say to it. Players to watch out for the Pune, and that's where I think players might pick themselves, but I'm going with my three. For Sri Lanka, it's Chamari Attapattu, Harshita Samaravikrama, and Kavisha Dilhari are my three players to watch out for. For Pakistan, on the other hand, skipper herself, first time leading the team in an ICC tournament, Fatima Sana, Muniba Ali, and Sadia Iqbal, experienced candidate in the bowling duties. What's your thought on that?
I feel pretty much same. Maybe I'll take that player name. I think it was Nilakshini De Silva. I think in that
Yeah,
in that final against
correct.
India. So I'll remove Delari and I'll put her
Nilakshi De
in the
Silva. Okay.
in my probable list, to be honest, because she batted really well in that final along with captain. So yeah, I think they have a better. She looks more better as a batter.
Okay, so you're going with Nilakshi De Silva instead of Kavisha Dilari. That's a fair enough point, but Kavisha Dilari is an all rounder. So you're expecting more composure in the middle order for Sri Lanka with the bat. For Pakistan, I've picked Fatima Sana, Muniba Ali, Sadia Iqbal. What's yours? Are you going with the same three?
For Pakistan, I believe I'll go with the same three because I think these are the three most experienced players right now in that squad. I believe so. I think it's been in terms of winning a tournament or performing well till the semis or whatever it is. It's experience that plays well. So hopefully, it's the experience guns come out tomorrow.
What about the ex-captain? She's going to play under the leadership of Fatima Sana now. Nida Dar. Are you expecting her to come out all guns blazing in this tournament?
Yeah, I think with the captaincy burden off now, I think she just removed herself from the captaincy. I feel yes now with that burden is off, she can actually express herself in the lower middle order, and obviously guide the team as well. Because being an ex-captain, that support will be always be there with Fatima. So yeah.
Correct. Okay, fair enough. So we are done with the players to watch out for as well, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Let's move on to the predicted playing 11 for Sri Lanka and Pakistan. Starting with Pakistan playing 11. This is my predicted playing 11 for Pakistan. Gul Feroza, Muniba Ali, Sidra Amin, Nida Dar, Omanian Shohel, Alia Riaz, Fatima Sana, the skipper herself, Sharaf Samaz, Sadia Iqbal, Tuba Hussain, and Diana Bagh. I think these players have picked themselves in this Pakistan side. Fair enough, spinners are there, three spinners. What's your take on this, Deepu? Do you think this is the combination they should go with, at least of three spinners?
It depends, to be honest. If it's a night game, even though Sharjah is a slowed surface, but if there is it will be difficult for the spinners to actually grip the ball. So, a lot needs to be done on the basis of conditions. Because in Dubai also, there will be some dew available in the later half of the game. So hopefully, if there is
Absolutely.
not, then three spinners are enough.
Okay, so you're going with three spinners are enough in case there is no dew on Dubai, but Sharjah is what our focus is, and you're saying that it's depending on the conditions. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Going to their opponents, which is Sri Lanka, and this is their playing 11 without a doubt. Chamari Atapattu, the skipper herself, opening alongside Vishmi Gunaratne, Harshita Samaravikrama, Kavisha Dilari, Nilakshi De Silva, Anushka Sanjivani, the wicketkeeper, Hasini Pereira, Sugandhika Kumari, Inoshi Priyadarshini, Udeshika Prabodhani, and Sachini Nilansana. I think this is a fantastic 11. Most of the players were there in the Asia Cup final that defeated Team India. So I think this is a very, very balanced side for Sri Lanka, Deepu.
Yeah, there is plenty of experiences visible in the team sheet, so hopefully they'll be continuing with the same thing. And they have just won a silverware in the Asia Cup, so yeah, I think it's better to retain the same 11 or at least same members from that final.
Mhm.
So I think yeah, it's they're a solid side and possibly look better as well than their opponents.
Okay, possibly look better than the opponents. Predictions time now because we're done with the predicted playing 11. It's match number 2, Pakistan versus Sri Lanka movement at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Deepu, opening day. Whom are you going towards? Is it Sri Lanka or is it Pakistan?
I go with 70-30 in favor of Sri Lanka.
70-30 in favor of Sri Lanka in the opening game at UAE at Sharjah. He's going with the team that have won 5 times compared to Pakistan winning 6 times. So he's going with even Stevens in terms of head to head now when it comes to the shortest format of the game in the women's team. Thank you so much, Deepu. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Opening day, we're focusing on Sri Lanka versus Pakistan. And this is the predictions we have done. Done and dusted. Sit back and enjoy. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye bye.